Okay, so this episode was very much giving filler, so I'm going to try to get out of here in 5 minutes. Let's start with Miss Stacey. Stacey, we saw in the preview that she's telling the girls, I really like TJ. No, no. It needs to be done, Stacey. He's yelled at you the last episode talking about you were ignoring him. And then this episode, you're giving him all this attention. He's not even looking at you and he's not responding. No. So the ladies pull Stacey aside to give her some advice before her mediation. And I really love this because, no shade, Stacey seems very naive. And the ladies are telling her, Giselle's telling her, listen, you need to go in there. You need to know exactly what you need for yourself and exactly what you need for your daughter. And Stacey's like, oh, I know who I married. And Giselle is like, yeah, but you don't know him in this situation, which I completely agree with. I discussed this in my Beverly Hills video. Money is very important to men. And they don't typically want to part with a lot of it to give to a woman. And so, Stacey, you don't know how this man is going to act during your divorce. And you need to be prepared to ask for what you deserve and what is owed to you and what is owed to your daughter. And it's really important. And after the mediation, when she was talking about, I haven't paid a bill in 15 years and I don't know what's where, and I was learning what my name was on. Absolutely not, Stacey. You're way too intelligent for that. Have y'all learned nothing from Teresa Giudice? If your name is on something, especially, you need to know about it, friend. Also, Stacey, if your husband comes from such a prominent German family, how come y'all don't have a prenup? Because it's very much giving no prenup. That's weird to me. So then in this same conversation, we have Miss Wendy chiming in and saying she doesn't know how to pay her mortgage and she doesn't know who her electric company is. Really, Miss 4 Degrees? You think that's smart? To not know how to pay your own mortgage and how much your electric bill is. I really need these women to get a grip and get it together because this is not okay. It's not acceptable as an adult in any way. And it just makes me so thankful for the way that my grandmother raised me, which is to always have my own money and to always be able to support myself and to be aware of everything that is going on. These ladies are not doing that, and it's kind of driving me nuts. And this is, I think a lot of these Real Housewives women are in the same boat. And I talked to y'all in a video before about how the portrayal of femininity is very interesting to people and how Real Housewives is a depiction of a heightened, very stereotypical femininity, and not knowing about, the bills and the mortgage, I think plays into that. But ladies, it's 2024. It's not cute. Now, Kiarna, I'm going to have to tap you on the shoulder because why are you letting a man that looks like Greg tell you what you need to work on? Why are you letting a man whose swag is on -65 tell you what you need to do with your life? You're too attractive to be dating Greg, Kiarna, and it's anti-feminist. I'm just letting you know. Now, Mia, let me get into you. Let me whack you. So, this whole stunt that Mia pulled at the end of the episode where she called herself pulling Giselle to the side, talking about how are you trying to say something to me when you're presenting on social media that like your life is perfect and your daughters are perfect and one of your daughters had a guy sneaking into the house and we were in the DR. Okay, so first of all, Mia, everybody pretends on social media that their life is perfect. Most people are not that vulnerable on social media. So if you're going to attack Giselle for that, attack the whole world. Next, her daughters are teenagers. Like, it's the scandal of the year they snuck a boy in the house. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? And then third of all, if you have an issue with Giselle, I'm a big believer in family members, especially kids, are off limits. I'm a big believer in that. If you have an issue with Giselle, take it up with Giselle. Don't bring up her daughters. Like, I didn't like this at all. And I actually was surprised at how mild Giselle's response was. I actually thought she was going to say more to her, but apparently she's letting us know she's going to attack back later. So, okay. Karen's line about about Mia juggling a pimp village. I literally laughed out loud just like I am now. That threw me. That took me down. But I love Karen. She's hilarious. But Mia, tighten up. Tighten it up. Because this is not it. You sound ridiculous, honestly. Because the question that Giselle asked, just like she said, is valid, given what you had told them the day before. Just saying. And lastly, just very quickly, let me give kudos to Giselle for being vulnerable and talking about her father's death and, you know, when she called her daughter and how Adore and what's the other one's name? I'm sorry, but her two younger daughters, Grace, right? Grace and Adore. No, Grace is the older one? Shit. Adore. I'm so sorry to that young queen. Like, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Angel is the other one. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. So Angel and Adore were really there for her, supporting her, and how she, you know, when it was time for her to book her flight, when it seemed like her father was at the end of his life, she couldn't book the flight. Like, Giselle has never talked that much to us about what it was actually like when her father passed. And my criticism of her the entire time she's been on the show is that she doesn't share enough about her personal life. So I really wanted to give kudos to her for talking about this because it is so hard to talk about the death of a parent. And so I just really wanted to shout her out before I ended this video. I went 2 minutes over, but what do you want from me? I'm a lawyer. I talk a lot. Make sure you come back for my Married to Medicine video. See you soon.